Boy, that guy behind the mixer board needs to be cut away. Man, cut that song right off. Oh well. Hang on a second. My nose is draining. Fall is back upon us, and yep, means a runny nose today. Hang on a second. Something didn't seem right. I don't know why, but it just didn't. Eh, Okay, I guess I was right. Okay, I thought had set something else up and for our verse today, and I got yeah, that's the right one. Okay, I just for some reason thought I had something else in there, and I don't know why. But anyway, hey, you know what? Let's just press on. It's Friday. The weekend has arrived, folks. You survived, or will survive at the end of your shifts. But I hope y'all are having a great day. Have a great weekend planned. And yeah, we're going to be flying this girl, the Queen. 747-200 Classic from Singapore over to Bali, Indonesia. And just so happens that we have a controller test that'll hopefully still be going on by the time we get there. Folks, it's a 3 hour cruise, so we'll see. We do have traffic and ATC here in Singapore. I thought I'd give it a try, see what life was like over here, and our life at this hour of the morning. No. So, anyway, let's give it a whirl, shall we? Again, it's Singapore to Bali aboard Singapore Airlines cargo. Hey, all makes sense now, doesn't it? All right, so we have actually gotten pretty far into checklists here. We're pretty much raring and ready to go. Um, Yeah, we've got everybody on board. We've got all the cargo. There was none. And hang on, let's just kind of look at it. So we're hauling 386 people? Not really, but it's the equivalent in weight for 386 people. We don't have any cargo below, which is kind of weird. It's, welcome to the weird world sometimes of flight sim. However, our resulting zero fuel weight is 471,609 pounds. Well below. You know what? While I'm thinking about this, hang on. We're loaded, we're fueled. I'm going to get ACARS running. Or you know what? We're going to be wheels up and forgot ACARS again. So let me just get this rolling. I'm going to go to the next step and actually start the flight. All right. It better start. Are you kidding? Uh, yep, it's. I would have swore I did not start this. Oh well, we're not going to be flying for Mac Air now. This thing with the FUIPC not being in administrative mode is killing me. I'm going to try it one more time. I know I did not start this plane that way. The only scary part is maybe I did without knowing it. We had a little hiccup on startup, and maybe I came back. Yep, I sure did. Doggone it. Oh well, we're not going to get credit for Mac Air. That's fine. No worries whatsoever. Um, this is one thing I don't like about Smart Cars 3. So you got to really be careful. Make sure that you start the aircraft. Actually, click on the app for whatever sim you are. not as an administrator. So don't right click, none of that, just strictly double click in. I must have just invariably, not even realizing, did it. So, boy, that irks me. But anyway, we're not going to let that put us down here, folks. We're going to continue. We're not restarting this airplane for the third time. So, one of the things with this plane, it's kind of a quirk. I wish wasn't part of it, but it's not the only plane, so I can't blame this one. Um, you have to have your headset plugged in. You have to have everything ready to go. Otherwise, the sounds will come out your speakers, and you here on the stream will not hear it. So that's a downside to me, but it is what it is. And thankfully, usually it happens right off the bat. You hear it, you shut it down, restart it, and you're good to go. And then you get in a hurry and not think what you're doing through and then screw up for the other half of it. So that's that's the thing. Flight Factor has it in a couple of theirs. I haven't run across it in Tolus or Zebo. Not to say it's not there, but it's just an annoyance. And I don't know if that actually is X-Plane or I'm gonna guess it's probably third party issues. So enough of the bad. Let's get on with the great. Because you know what? It's Friday. All right, so back to this 386 souls aboard, no cargo. It's all cargo, folks. 471,609 pounds. And we've uplifted, oh, this is the wrong page for that, sorry. Over to the refuel page, we uplifted 82,468 pounds. So, this will include fuel for APU run. Yeah, I know. And that's why I plan a little bit more. All right. So now, when you first come in this plane, make sure what I do is kick that battery switch on first, standby power on right below it. Then come over here, put your chocks on, connect your GPU and ACU. Otherwise, you won't hear them. And it's not because you're not plugged in. It's just you won't hear them because the battery triggers, I guess, the internal speaker of the plane, and that's what they're simulating. So just forewarned there, that's what you got to do. And then just go on from there. If the switch says test, test it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to start up here with the checklists here in a couple seconds and get going. We do have a delivery right now. And let me take you on our normal run. We're going to bring Sim Toolkit in here. Take a look at this route real quick. Oh, center may have gone down, so they may all be closing up here. We'll see. Hopefully not. It'd be sad because we kind of got up early for this. Tower's still up. Center is down. Okay. All right, so you can kind of get a gist of the route we have here, folks, right up here. Game plan's 20 center for takeoff. The IDBUD 1 Bravo departure, IDBUD, T24 to SURGA, to the Mike 635 to UDONO. And then on to the UDONO 1 arrival, planning RNAV runway 9. So, by the way, if you all haven't been paying attention to news, north of us, remember, we left Hong Kong the beginning of this week for Singapore. Well, in between the two is a major typhoon. I forget the name of it now. But anyway, it is not hitting Hong Kong. It looks like the island, not Maku, but just below it, Haines or Hananes, getting the full brunt of a 160 mile an hour hurricane. Typhoon in this area, Category 4, Category 5. So they are really getting you know what beat out of them. All right. So just forewarning, those of you that like that kind of stuff, right here up by Hong Kong is a major typhoon. Super typhoon, super gigantic typhoon. I don't know what beyond super they go. So, and I'm not trying to make light of it, folks. There's some serious stuff going on that area of China. So I'm pretty sure they would love our prayers. All right, so here we go. You see where we're coming out, and then, well, we're not going to be able to easily show it, but we got a nice long run down here to um, Bali. All right, again, the loadout 386, 84,920 pounds. That's what the 386 brings us. 471,600 pounds of zero fuel weight and 82,000, I believe I said, of fuel. Packed on a little just in case. There's our routing. We're going to be at Mach 0.85. This aircraft's kind of before the generation of cost index. Cost index occurred during its lifetime, but the aircraft was still deemed better to fly by a Mach number. So that's what they did. Cruise altitude will be 39,000 unless otherwise told by ATC. Weather here in the Singapore area. We got a southeasterly wind at 6. Got a few clouds to dodge at 1,800 feet, then a broken layer at 30,000. This is the arrival, but we're going to be departing 20 center. Um, and you can kind of read the rest. All right. Now, down in Bali, they don't have an ATIS. However, the wind's also out of the southeast at 13. Few clouds broken, ceiling. That's a ceiling, folks, 1,600 feet. So we'll have to bone up a little bit. We may be in the clouds a little bit coming down and make sure our minimums are within tolerance. 1,600 feet, I don't usually get nervous. We drop below 1,000. That's when I begin to really pay attention to minimums. And the visibility's unlimited. So at least right now we're above our minimums, but we do have a ceiling in place. All right, folks. So there you have it. We're on VATSIM as we speak. What do you say we go fly with Mike? Let's make sure everything's all buttoned up, ready to go. All right, got a lot of aircraft still here, so that's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and kick on them fuel tanks. And we'll kick over the bleeds and crank up that APU. Waiting on the door to close on it. Okay, there goes the APU winding up. We'll just wait for the RPMs to get up to 100% before kicking in the gens. And like always, I always do check the power. I think we're settled, so close the top half. Come down here. What we're doing is checking to make sure we have good electricity coming into the aircraft, not off in voltage or amperage. So all you do is come down here, find APU Gen 1, APU Gen 2, one at a time. Okay, we got good amperage frequency at 400 and 115 volts. That's what we're looking for. Then I click an engine generator, which should clear it. And then we do the second generator. That's right, there's two generators on that engine. And then we're back. Okay, so that tells me we're good. So now we'll close the bottom half. And now we're on internal power. And now with the flip of the switch for bleed air, we are on internal air. And we can check that as well. Okay, let's go to 2. Okay, pack 3. Looking good. All right. Okay, so we're got everything ready to go. Let's get our clearance from Clarence. Let's make sure we're on the right frequency. 121650. Singapore clearance, Singapore cargo 9, forgot my number again, 948, cargo ramp request clearance to Bali, as filed.
Singapore 948, Singapore 30, pass a message.
Crud. Sorry about that. We'd like the request clearance, Singapore 948 to Bali as filed. We're on the cargo ramp.
Singapore 948, standby ADC clearance, number 1.
What happened, folks? I have 2 monitors, and if I click on the monitor without the SIM, it stops transmitting on anything I'm doing with the SIM. So that's why that happened. Irritates me to no end, but it is what it is. Work with it as best I can. Hopefully that's...
Singapore 948, ATC clearance.
Go ahead, Clarence, we're ready.
Singapore 948, information Lima is now current. You are cleared to Bali via the IDBUD 1 Foxtrot departure. Expect flight level 390, squawk 0176.
Okay, Singapore 948 cleared to Bali via the IDBUD 1 Fox departure. Initial climb 39,000 and 0176 for the box. We do have Lima. Why do we have 1 Fox? I didn't see that.
Singapore 948, expect flight level 390.
And Singapore 948 will expect 390 flight level upon departure. I don't see this.
Singapore 948, read back correct. Contact Singapore Tower 118.6.
118.6 Singapore 948 when we're ready to push. Thank you. I don't know this departure. Unless it's exactly the same.
Singapore 948 Singapore delivery.
Go ahead, delivery.
Singapore 948, your feedback is correct. Contact Singapore Tower 118.6 today.
Okay, read back correct over to tower 118.6, Singapore 948. Thanks. Hang on, is this the same? No, it's not. Oh, they got us going off the other runway. That's why. Ah ha ha ha. They're going off, that would be 20. Okay, that's the right hand. Just making sure. I know. You guys laugh at me if you saw what I just did. But I get so screwed up sometimes in here with runways.
Very good evening. This is Singapore 221 at the Alpha 13.777 with information Lima. Requesting Africa and Specific. Retrieve
11860. Okay, I'm just doing a quick change here.
Taxi via Romeo 1 and Tango to holding point Tango 2, runway 20 center. Taxiing to Tango 2 via Romeo 1.
20 right, and Fox. Execute. Legs. Just making sure now, folks. LED. Here, let me bring charts in, let you see this. What we had, we went, I didn't, the last ATIS I read had us going off 20 center. Now we're going off 20 right, which is cool. That's right behind us, folks. I'll take it. So anyway, so here's the new routing. So LETX, let go, ISNAM, and then we pretty much follow the old one. Yeah, then we're on the old. Okay, so just making sure no discontinuities. Looks good. Okay, so 20 right. Make sure cruise didn't get it.
Singapore 965 established 20 right.
One last look.
Singapore 965, Singapore Tower, good evening. Surface wind 120 degrees, 7 knots, runway 20 right, clear to land. Clear to land 20, Singapore 965.
They got Lima now? Where'd they get Lima? I'm not even seeing that. Oh, this makes it so hard. There we go. ATIS? Joliet, not Lima. Expect ILS 20 landing, 20 right, clouds broken. Okay. All right, well, we will just work with it, folks. Let's button this plane up and get going. I think y'all are ready for another quick departure with this one.
Singapore 965, roger, climb 3,000 feet, runway heading. 3,000 feet and runway heading. Singapore 965.
All right. Again, before you ever disconnect, make sure, yep, we are on EPU. We're on ground power. Okay.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Ground power disconnected.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
You know what? As much as I'd like to have it hooked up, let's find out. Singapore Tower, Singapore 948 at the cargo ramp. Request startup and pushback.
Singapore 948, pushback approved, face south. Correction, Singapore 948, pushback approved to face north.
Alright, Singapore 948 cleared to push face north. We'll call you for taxi. Alright. Beacons on. Pushback coming. That's what I waited on, folks. I was thinking to do that, but almost.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Take 110, line up, runway 20 center, via Tango 2. Runway 20 center, via Tango 2,
It's starting to rain. That was not in our forecast, but I did see it on Sim Toolkit. Nearby. Okay, let's go ahead, pull the chocks.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
Okay, we're just going to read through them down, okay?
Chocks removed.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Before start checklist, please. Gear lever and lights. Down and check. Brakes. Parked. Start levers. Off. Radios. On and check. Flight control hydraulic power. On. INS. Check in nav. Compasses.
Take 110, surface wind 120 degrees, 7 knots, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff.
On. Seatbelts and nose smoke. On. Emergency lights. Armed. Exterior lights. Check. Flight instruments. Check. Altimeters and clocks.
And survey. Release parking brake.
1008. Set and cross check. Radio INS switches. Radio. Radar and transponder. Standby. Indicator lights. Check. Engine and wing anti-ice. Off. Stall warning. Check. Mach airspeed warning. Check. Auto brakes. Check and off. Body gear steering. Arm. Anti-skid. On.
Take 110, no further ATC, monitor unit 122.8, bye-bye.
Check and off.
113,
Check. Autopilot enunciators. Check.
And
Instrument warning.
C1965, roger, all unit 122.8, bye-bye. Okay,
Instrument source selectors. Normal. Reserve brake valve. Closed. Spoilers. Down. Static selectors. Normal. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off. Brake pressure. Check. Stabilizer trim. Check and on. Rudder and aileron trim. Check. Checklist completed.
Battery. On. APU panel. Check. Auxiliary power. Check. Engine oil quantity. Check. Fuel quantity. 82247 pounds. Fuel panel. Check and set. Pressurization controls. Check and set. Bleed controls. Check and set. Hydraulic quantity. Check. EPR computer. This. Circuit breakers. Check. Indicator lights. Check. Electrical panel. Check and set. Air conditioning controls. Check and set. Fire control and wing overheat panels. Check and set. Equipment cooling. Check. Passenger oxygen. Check. Hydraulic panel. Check and set. Fuel jettison panel. Check. Crew oxygen. On. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off. ADPs. Off. Checklist completed.
Ready to start the engines.
Ready for engine start.
Starting engine 3.
Starter valve open. %, and 2.
Operation
Fuel on.
complete.
Light
Parking
up.
brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starter off. Engine stabilized.
Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open.
Okay, folks,
%, and 2.
little quiet there. We're just
Fuel
getting
on.
her fired
Light
up.
up.
Got our clearance ready to taxi here momentarily. We're going to start 1 and 2 together.
Hose disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Starter off.
Okay. If you don't hear what's coming up here,
Engine stabilized.
that engine stabilized. You started up in X-Plane 12 with the X-Plane 11 ACF.
Starting engine 1.
Starter valve open.
Starting engine 2.
Starter valve open. 20%, and 2.
Okay, there's engine 1.
Fuel on. Light up.
%, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off.
Okay, waiting for the next starter off.
Starter off.
Then-
Engine stabilized.
There's engine 1. One more.
Engine stabilized.
Okay, before taxi. Flight recorder on, beacon lights are on, pressure, start levers, anti-ice, pack valves. Here we go. Let's get over here. Why do we not have... We have a pack valve issue. That's weird. Alright, so we're set altitude wise now. ADP's going to auto. Okay, door warning, hydraulics should be good.
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
On.
Start switches.
Off.
Beacon lights.
On.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Engine and the ice.
Off.
Electrical panel. Check. Pack valves. Open.
Flaps 20.
Dual warning lights. Out. Hydraulic panel. Check. Flight recorder. On. After start checklist completed.
Okay. And finally, Singapore Towers. Singapore 948 ready to taxi.
Singapore 948, check squawk code 0176.
My bad, forgot about it. We'll get it set. And Singapore 948 should be squawking 0178 or 76, sorry.
Singapore 948, no problem. Taxi November 2, Victor 1, to holding point Whiskey 1, runway 20 right.
Okay, that was November 2, Victor 1, Whiskey 1 for Singapore 948 or Victor 2.
That was November 2, Victor 1, to holding point Whiskey 1, runway 20 right.
All right, November 2, Victor 1, holding point Whiskey 1, 20 right, holding for Singapore 948.
Parking brake released.
Singapore Tower, good evening. This is Total Run at today, Alpha Launch Radio, Lima, Radio Ocean Center.
Flaps. Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Singapore 221, Singapore Tower, very good evening. Pushback approved to face north.
Stabilizer trim.
Approach facing Singapore 221.
Rope heat.
On.
Flight controls.
Check.
Yaw dampers.
Check.
Seatbelt and shoulder harness.
Check.
APU. Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information. Cabin crew, arm slides.
Off. Fuel heat. Off.
All doors are closed and armed.
Totalizer and gross weight. Set. Flight engineer and pilot panels. Check. Aft cargo heat. Normal. Seatbelt and shoulder harness. Check. Taxi checklist completed.
Singapore Tower, Singapore 965, established 208. Singapore 965, surface wind 120 degrees, 7 knots, runway 20 right, clear to land. Clear to land 20, Singapore 965.
Icing considerations.
Singapore 948, hold at holding point Whiskey 1. Expect departure after 1 arrival.
Check.
All right,
Ignition.
Singapore 948 will hold
Flight
Whiskey
start.
1, expecting departure
Boarding gear
after the
steering.
inbound.
Hmm.
Uh-oh, what'd I miss?
There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit. The exit may be behind you. If you need to
Just
evacuate
go
the
ahead.
aircraft, floor level
Pack
lighting
valves.
will guide you towards the exit. Doors can be opened by moving the handles in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an inflatable flight, which may also be detached and used as a raft. In the event of a decompression,
Okay,
oxygen mask
one
will appear automatically
big
in front of you.
change.
Start the flow of oxygen towards
20 right.
adjust the headband and
1089. 1089. Okay, good.
oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are struggling with children or someone who requires assistance, please secure your own mask first before
See
helping
if we can
others.
see them out
Keep your
there.
mask on until a crew member advises you to remove it. In the
Oh,
event of
there he is.
emergency,
Just barely.
assume the brace position. Lean forward with your hands on top of your head and your elbows against your thighs. Ensure your feet are firmly placed. A life vest is located under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed, open the plastic bag and remove the vest. Slip your head through the opening. Fasten the strap around your back and attach it in front. We are at the door opening. Inflate your life vest by pulling the red
That gives them time to do their thing. We got our body gear steering to take care of on the runway. Now, what that is, folks, while we have a few minutes,
Singapore 948 behind the landing. Singapore Boeing 777. Line up runway 20 right behind.
okay, after the 777 passes, line up and wait, Singapore 948. All right, folks, so what that is, this set of landing gear right here will pivot as you turn. That's your body gear steering to help navigate when these first came out, very tight taxis. And if they didn't, they'd eat up a lot of tires. And, the local Goodyear and Firestone couldn't, well, Firestone just couldn't chisel enough tires out. Sorry, bad joke, I know. So it helped to save that wear and tear on those extremely expensive tires. Aircraft tires are a lot more durable than your tires. I don't think your tires take a potential 600,000 pound landing. Okay, there comes the 777. We'll look for him right there, and that's when we'll move on out. Moving on up. Okay.
cabin ready.
All right, folks. And yes, I apologize for neglecting my chat. I'm just trying to get us here.
Singapore 965, AK when able, and turn left on Whiskey. Turn left on Whiskey after vacating 3165.
Now, believe it or not, there is a gauge back there that'll tell you when your gear is lined up. It's right, wait a minute, right here. If those lights are off, you're good.
Singapore 965, Bay Bravo 6, taxi via Whiskey, Victor 6 to the bay. Taxi on the Bravo 6 via Whiskey, Victor 6, 965, thank you. Singapore 948, surface wind 120 degrees, 7 knots, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
Singapore 948, clear for takeoff, runway 20 right. Brakes off, brakes off. All checks complete. Oh, no they're not.
Closed. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed. Stabilized.
All total requesting taxi. Singapore 221 taxi, Victor 12 and Victor, hold short of Victor 6.
Thrust set.
Roger, Victor 12, Victor, hold short Victor 6, Singapore 221.
80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Okay.
Singapore 948, no further ATC, Monday Intercom 122.8, bye-bye.
Over to Unicom 122.8. Thanks for the ATC. Have a great day.
Thanks for flying Singapore, bye-bye. Singapore 221, continue taxi on Victor, then Quebec, to holding point Tango 1, runway 20 center. Continue taxi, Victor, Quebec, to holding 20 center, Singapore 221.
Okay, folks, retracting the flaps. Be careful that you make sure you get them retracted. That flaps 1 at a glance is really close, and you'll swear you got them up.
Flaps 1. Flaps up.
All right, now I'm going to help myself a little bit here. Climb. All right, that'll help us maintain us under 250. I know y'all are saying, well, you can fly faster. Only with ATC's approval. Okay, let's get back there, get those packs back on. Okay, fuel pump's looking good, so all right, I forgot to put our departure. There we go. Now I'm able to see that we're on course. Climbing through 7,000, folks. And everything's looking good so far. Not a bad departure. We're getting better at it after about 2 or 3 dozen flights, maybe 4 or 5. We're starting to get that groove you need. Now we're about to cross 10,000 feet, so we'll nose over, turn all the lights off, and press on. Hopefully we get down there for the controller's exam. It's currently not showing up. Oh, I know why. Right now we're showing 3 hours 11 minutes. Let's get to altitude as we approach 10,000. Start turning the lights off.
$10,000.
And nosing over. One more time. Okay, 307. I forgot to write that down. Okay.
After takeoff checklist.
Gear lever.
Off.
Landing and logo lights.
Off.
Ignition.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking sign.
Check.
Back valves.
Singapore GG1 report ready.
Fuel heat. Auto. After
Showing your
takeoff
aircon reaching
completed.
altitude.
Okay. We were cleared to Unicom, folks. I just got other things going. Did we miss something? No. Next up is descent. So what I'm going to do is go to the Av tab, take a look here, grab our map, kind of zoom out a little more. There we go. And we'll stay on that all the way down. Hopefully our frame rates will hold. They did good there. And we'll be able to make a helpful pilot for a test. The name of the controller there kind of sounded familiar, so I thought, you know what, I ought to go down there and help them out. So, oh, and it looks like Singapore may have dropped completely off now. It is that time of the night, folks. It's 9:30 in the morning here, but it's something like 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe even after midnight there. So, yeah, it is super late at night. If you are ever just wanting to fly on VATSIM, usually without controllers, here you go. Whoopee 2017. Meowity, welcome aboard. And I'm getting caught up right now on the chat. The one person that said, well, use your cell phone, guess what? Oh, wait, that's YouTube. That is not going to help me. I'm like, huh, that doesn't look right. Oh, my goodness. There we go. All right, we'll try this again. Got it pretty much lined up, so I'm going to go back through now and see what all I missed. Okay. All right, so we're on our way. Hope you all enjoyed the lovely run from Singapore over to Bali tonight. Or today for us, tonight, early morning for them, the next day. Our time machine. Why is that still on? All right, so I don't even, geez, I didn't even look, folks. Transition level just went through us. 11,000, so yeah, let's get that set. Good thing we're on Unicom. Okay, so that means all right, our cabin pressures are good. We are climbing on out. We just passed VATSIM, headed to VRET. We got to be above 16,000. I think we got that by 10,000. And we're on our way, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. That's actually, I do enjoy Singapore. I need to get and do a lot more flying out here. I actually, this was one of the places I used to really love to fly. And it didn't matter. Usually it was the 747 or 777 back in FSX days. Just absolutely loved it out here. And everything out here in the Far East, if you all haven't really paid attention to schedules, the heavies outweigh the narrow bodies. There's that much traffic out here. Now, they can fly more narrow body if they want, or bring them all into one plane. So it's really, it just amazes me the amount of short haul heavy flights out here, from A350s to 777s, A330s to 747s. It's amazing, let alone, of course, most of the cargo out here is in 747s. So it's just an amazing thing to watch. So, all right, folks, we're on our way. I hope you enjoy the flight over to Bali, Indonesia, and we'll be on station now. Oh, scared the crap out of me. I was like, what the heck is hanging off my desk? We're looking at an hour and 52 minutes now. Oh, excuse me. All right, now that we're getting up to about 28 to 30,000, 28,000 to 30,000, we're going to begin to start looking to put the plane into a Mach climb instead of indicated airspeed. So we'll start our Mach, we'll try to get her right up to 85 here in a minute. And we're, by the way, 70, almost 80 miles away from Singapore already. VTK, which was the VOR we set to north of the field, is 80 miles away. And I can already tell I forgot something else. You need to see altitude select. There you go. I forget this more often than not. You can actually turn that on, folks, as you come on the runway. The problem is it's not a checklist item. So it's a pilot memory item. Those are never good. And a lot, well, no, because actually that should probably be on your checklist because a lot of times back in the real world, you would, well, in the real world, you would be cleared 5,000, 8,000, heading such and such, 10 minutes after departure, climb to whatever. And so you would need that altitude select set or you're going to climb right through the restriction. So that's why you got to be really careful with that. I'm going to go ahead and set my heading. Now you're going to see me do something that INS guys, well, they're already mad at me because I'm not flying with it. Uh, not going into it. It's a long, drawn out story. Don't need to go through it. So woe is me, and it's where it stays. But I'm not coming back to them. It was just a very bad experience with them, and I just rather FMC. Hence why the Concorde is a part of our hangar. But anyway, sorry about that, folks. Didn't want to yawn in your ear. Um, so what you would do is you take off VOR to VOR status, like we are right now, which would be VOR and lock up here. Once you got to where you're headed to your first coordinated fix that you put in your box, most SIDS and stars did not have that data for you. So that's why you would fly the SID out conventionally, VORs, NDBs, however, fly this radial to here, fly this radial to here, to here, to here. At the end, you'd make that your first fix, and then from there, 9 more. And then from as you progressed, you'd start adding more fixes in. When you got to that point, you would come off VOR to INS and then flip your switch here to INS. So that way, your information on your HSI, horizontal situation indicator, would tell you what you were looking at. Distance, miles. You also have your updating, so you could keep that going as well, because the alignment does degrade. Is that the right term? Over time, and it needs to be updated. And when you're over the oceans, North Atlantic, Pacific, down on the bottom rims, folks, you get a good chunk of time away. It doesn't degrade like, okay, your airplane is wherever you have your finger now, put it 6 inches away. That's how far off course it might be, but on a map that might look like 6,000 miles. No, it just slowly needs, it just slowly comes to where Oh, okay. Just making sure the little type behind us is okay. Just needs to be updated. And how you do that, you just go and get your navs up here lined up on. So we're on one now over here. So I just go up to Sky Vector in our case and see where we're at. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the route in here just to give me an idea where they would be along the way. Okay, so TPN, and I am not about to try to pronounce that. I would never be able to, even if I lived there 100 years. All right, so I'm just going to throw this closer to our route. You're not tracking courses here, folks. You are flying point to point. Oh, that's not in range. Huh. Okay, let's try 14.2. There we go. So now, if we were in INS, you would see updating here. And all that's doing is taking and updating your alignment using radio fixes instead of the inertial on the ground. FMC, we don't worry about that too much. So the biggest thing we got to worry about is that the course went in right, the fixes are right, and of course, ultimately, they were laid in by the developer correctly so that the aircraft does fly it. And then controllers can let you know. How much radar control is out here? I don't know. So, Scooter 304. What a name. And we overshot our speed, so let's pull back. All right, I'm going to have to All right, hang on, folks. I'm trying to set us to 0.85. All right, not the most conventional way to do it. I blew right through it talking. That's why I'm allowing it to revamp. All right, we are now, and not the way I'd like to be, but it'll work. And now I can, okay. So we'll just kind of work this up to 39,000 and see what our times look. Hour and 37 minutes. So I hope y'all enjoy the ride over to um, Singapore. And if the music's too loud, folks, let me know. Um, we're just kind of easing her on up. Hope you enjoy. Any questions, comments, hit us in the chat room. We are watching and hopefully able to catch it real quick.
Thousand to level off.
All right, everyone, welcome out of the ad break. I will let you know, yeah, they seem a little longer or occur more often. I've added about a minute or two more of ads in, just trying to help drum up some additional revenue here at Flying with Mike. Um, so just, you're not crazy. It's not Twitch, it's me. So, but anyway, folks, we're on our way. We got about an hour and 15 or so minutes to go. We're headed to Bali, and there is a pretty good amount of controllers there. And one of which is getting tested today. So I thought we'd give it a try. Hopefully, we make it. Like I said, we still got an hour. It's getting super late out there, so hopefully they hang around. If they don't, I get it. I mean, it's got to be getting close to, if not past midnight out there. So, or it's super early in the morning. One of the two, however you want to look at it. So, but anyway, we're cruising in the Classic, 39,000 feet, 8.85 on the speed, and doing the best we can. We're looking at about an hour and 15 minutes, like I said there. Um, Weather's looking pretty decent. Pretty much what we see here is what we'll see there, and can't wait. So, folks, any questions, comments? Hey, I'd love to hear them in the chat room, and we'll just keep cruising along. We're hoping to get another flight in today, so just kind of flipping coin here which one. Got a couple ready to go, so if you are on our Discord channel, you got a hint of the departure points, not where they're going. So, we'll see. And this would have been credited to Mac Air. I'm not going to do a manual PIREP for it. It's kind of silly, too. Um, we'll just get another flight in another day. We actually have at least two more to do with them. One of which is a destination of the month flight for them. So, not worrying about it one bit. Somehow, some way, I accidentally started this as an administrator, and you can't do that with, or at least my version of um, Smart Cars 3. Kind of annoying, but it is, it's what we have to do to be able to get our flights to log. So, we continue on. Folks, if you are looking for a very realistic aircraft, you're looking at one. The group at Felis has always outdone themselves, and I think I need to update mine. I have to double check here after this flight. Just amazing, this aircraft, folks. Very reminiscent in my mind and exceeds that memory, and I'll explain here in a second. Back in the Century of Flight days, might have spread into FSX, and it may have came from 2002. That's a long way back, folks. Um, Ready for Pushback is what I thought the name was. And what a 747-200 was like back then. Oh my gosh, that's where my SIVA issues occurred. And it was just an amazing plane. It's just like this one. Hang on, folks, while the little one heads on down. Poor little kid. I think she might be getting a little sick again. But anyway, the Ready for Pushback is almost everything this airplane is, minus two things. Of course, the advances the sim has given us, like these 3D, uh, what do they call them? PBR. You can look at them and they're raised. Um, but the thing that I didn't like about Ready for Pushback is the outside textures. Very toyish look in me. So I figured, okay, I just won't fly outside. I'll just do it inside. But not Felis. Felis took it that next step and made. Hopefully, I won't blow your eardrums away. Matter of fact, I'm just going to prepare for it. And made a spectacular base model that the people out there that know how to do this much better than I do paint these aircraft. I mean, that, folks, looks dynamite. Ready for Pushback, just kind of make that a little more toyish look. That's really the only difference. And that's why I love this plane so much. Felis took every facet. And I'm hearing there's a freighter version coming soon. Oh, am I looking forward to that. I mean, I miss my days at Globe Cargo, where I flew this with Polar, Atlas, Titan, all three. Just, miss those days. I'd like to get back into them, but it is what it is. Um, I've tried applying. They said I was approved, but never got an email. So they went unanswered. I looked everywhere for it. That's fine. I get it. I get it. That was an amazing airline in itself. But that aircraft was amazing. This one, like I said, right up there with it. He took it that extra step and not only made this interior what it is and what it looks like, he took the exterior and gave us a really comprehensive 747-200. And my hat's off. It's worth every penny. He's updating it regularly. And I'm here to say, folks, it's weathered really well. And if you love, I mean, just imagine now. Here, let me show you what I'm about ready to tell you about. This is a 3-man crew airplane. Just like the DC-10s were. Until McDonnell Douglas and FedEx got their heads together to kick the flight engineer out. Captain on the right or left, first officer on the right. I like to affectionately call them the pretty boys. They sit up in the cockpit. They're the ones that everyone goes, "Oh, such a great flight, Captain." All he had to do is get you from point A to point B, and hope to gosh it is point B and not somewhere else. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. The man that really made your flight enjoyable manned this station, the flight engineer. Everything in that plane is monitored and tweaked right here, from hydraulics, pneumatics, air, the air you breathed, just pressurization, the oil, everything, engines, APU, galleys. It's just all here, plus fire and everything else in case of dire emergencies. So he's the one that really paved the way. They just made sure they entered coordinates correctly and were on course. I know, I like I said, I poke a lot of fun at the two up front. They earned their seats, but I get it. They got a lot too. There's a lot to this plane. That was a 3-man crew that did it. The fact that we as flight simmers can do it as one doesn't take anything away from those guys. Folks, the tragic DC-10 incident, Denver to Sioux City, that was all 3 crew members in that DC-10, captain, first officer, flight engineer, working together. Oh yeah, adrenaline helping them out. They were the only crew to get it to Sioux City. The rest crashed moments after the disaster occurred. And I mean the engine blew. They actually flew it the furthest, the actual crew that went through that horrific incident. Some called it a miracle. It really was, folks, that 100, I think if I got the numbers right, 180 lived, while yeah, something like 100 or so perished. 100, and if you ever watch this thing, folks, it's amazing. I happened to be on duty in the firehouse at Scott Air Force Base, 500 miles away from Sioux City ish, and watched it unfold on the news. Granted, I don't think they were live. Today they would be, and that's the sad thing. And they'd be all happy and proud. Look, we're live for a disaster. Sad, sad epitaph. So, but just amazing, folks. Sorry for the slurp there of my coffee. But yeah, that was all three working together to. They almost landed that plane. Almost. And that right there, folks, would have been unbelievable with what they had. Zero hydraulics. If you're not familiar with it, the middle engine exploded basically and tore apart all of the hydraulic lines. Zero going out to any of the surfaces. Ailerons, rudder, elevators. The aircraft was controlled by those three men adjusting the power of the two wing engines to climb, descend, and effect turns. Effect, not necessarily control. And they got it to Sioux City Airport. The fact they got it to the airport's a miracle. Anyway, and those three crew members, I believe all three lived. Again, the story is amazing to watch. Just unbelievable what those three did. What Sully did for the Miracle on the Hudson, amazing. These pilots are well trained. And put them as a crew, they do an amazing thing. So that's why I make fun of them, but I really don't. I know all three of them get this 747, sometimes from Los Angeles to Tokyo in cargo. So, and that, folks, is a long haul and a lot of working the panels back there on the flight engineer. It's a lot. So, hope you enjoy. Like I said, if that's your kind of flying, folks, you're looking at the plane to be in. I am not aware of this aircraft over on the other side. So, this, folks, is an amazing plane for you. Hope you, if you're into it, here's how you get your grubby paws on it. Head over to the X-Plane store and buy it. Folks, you will. Take your time. Q8 has some great instructional stuff out there. I may look through Flying with Mike. You know, a lot of my videos are startup to shutdown. Watch us, folks, and then enjoy. It's not going to happen on your first flight usually, unless you're an experienced pilot. But you'll get the hang of the flows, how to balance the flight engineer versus what's up here. And hey, I'm not going to tell you not to do the INS. I'm going to tell you, try it if you haven't. It is fun. I enjoyed it till I hit that big roadblock with it. Not going back to it after that. And it's not Felis's problem. I'm not even gonna. I am gonna blame Siva, the people I bought it from, but it just would not work after a certain point, and we couldn't figure it out. And thankfully, a FMC program came out workable for all airplanes, and that got me back to flying this plane. Even though the PMDG 747 was out at that point, and that's a remarkable plane too. Two-man crew, not three. So again, try it out, folks. You make your own opinion. I'm going to tell you, it is daunting. Definitely understand what you're doing. Watch those videos and just dig in. There's a lot to know about this plane. There's a lot I don't understand, um, but it is fun to fly. And don't get hung up if your landings are rough. They're gonna be in the beginning. Let me just give you a quick tip. Just realize if you're like me, you flare for the most part, you chop power at the threshold. Okay, when you cross the threshold lines, yep. Sound familiar? Yep. And you get down to about 10, 20 feet, just realize you're sitting 30 feet above the base of your landing gear. So when you pull it up, you're going to be 4 or 5 stories in the air to land. Do your best. That's all you can do in this plane, folks. And then work on it. You know, it's speed, angle. That's all it is. Just get that nose up so she'll glide right on the runway. I'm not going to tell you. We're not going to screw up because we do more often than not. Oh, there we go. Wow, had the wrong number in there. I spelt everything wrong. All right, so we are flying. Hey, folks, also want to point out to you, we're only less than a week into September. Twitch calls Subtember. It's a big discount month for subs. Folks, if you're looking to support a streamer, if you're looking to support your favorite streamers, we hope we're one of those. Hey, you get 20, or hang on, let me roll it back, get it right. Don't have the card in front of me. For 1 month and 3 month subscriptions, 25% off, folks. So that's a really good deal. And if you're so inclined to go 6 months, it's 30% off. So we'd love to have your business and get a sub off of you, or even if you gift sub, we'd love that too. Also, if you're into the Loot Cave Twitch has, 20% off there with the code TwitchSub20. So again, subbing can't be much easier. Till October 1, it's 25% off your 1 month subs, 25% off 6-month subs, 30% off 6 month. Did I say that wrong? 25% 1 month, 25% 3 month, 30% 6 month, in case I didn't say it right. Sorry if I repeated myself. So really, we would love for you to take advantage and, you know, sub some of the perks you get, extra emotes. I'm working to make the uh, private channel that I have when we're streaming only for subs. And secondly, you get ad-free viewing, so you don't have to put up with all the additional commercial time I've given advertisers to our stream. So we'd appreciate it. We try to take all of the money that comes in, put it back into the stream. So far we've been able to through this time of unemployment, um, and we can hope to continue that. So please consider subscribing. We would sure appreciate having you aboard, and making you, one, a VIP subscriber, two, adding you here. Lastly, over on our YouTube side, which basically we just take this video, upload it straight to YouTube. We crossed 500 and offered to become a partner over there, and we're looking into what we need to do on the stream to potentially dual stream both YouTube and Twitch. So little less work on my part, better for everyone, so they can see us live. So, and if you are on the YouTube side, welcome, thank you. Love for you to introduce yourself, and so I can personally thank you for subscribing. We truly appreciate this. I really had no clue what this monetization was going to look like over on YouTube. I really didn't know what it was going to look like here, and in many days still wonder what it's going to look like here at Twitch. So thank you all so much. So let's get a little quiet here, let y'all listen to some music. We got about 50 minutes till we start entering Bali's territory, and hopefully we'll be flying into a controller exam. The name of the controller, y'all can look it up on VATSPy, VATAware, whatever. Sounds like one of our followers here on Twitch, or a subscriber on YouTube, or both, and thought I needed to come out and support. So, because we do have several followers from this region. So, welcome, folks. We're back. And I hope y'all have a great weekend ahead of you. Be it working or off, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And Duluth Fly, thank you so much. I didn't know I needed to disable that. I thought that did that automatically. Thank you so much, sir.
You better like it. You ready, guys? Here we go. You're singing. You all know the words. You all know the words. Here we go. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Come on. Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, mama, we go.
Uh, there was an update to X-Plane? Huh? Well, it must have come in if it did after we got going, because we didn't see one. Let's see. Now there is a beta 3. I came in just a few minutes ago. Oh, we got center. They're going to have to wait just a second. $28,100. I have no idea what center this is, folks. Hang on, let me see. Center, Singapore 948 Heavies with you. We're flight level 390.
Singapore 948, hello, reset squawk 4143.
4143 Singapore 948 Heavy. 41.
Goedje.
Silhouette over man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, we do the bang.
all that was a lot of information.
Singapore 948 identified. You are clear to Ngurah Rai via UDONO 1 Alpha. Expect RNB approach runway 09er.
Was that a direct to a specific fix for Singapore 948?
Singapore 48 column, you have UDONO 1 Alpha or there is no stuff?
Okay. Copy the UDON 1 Alpha and expecting the approach for runway 9. Singapore 948.
Roger.
Fun times out here in the Far East.
Singapore.
So, hey, I didn't know. I thought SariBot turned herself off.
I did too, but apparently she didn't like to talk.
Because I kept seeing it. I'm going, was it there on all my streams?
Well, there is sometimes when that bot doesn't, the bot is taken down for updates, so it might have been taken down for an update.
Okay. Well, it was hanging on there for sure.
Yeah, I know. I fixed it.
So how you doing, man? You sounding a little better.
Again, it's wavering. My sore throat's back a little bit, but it's wavering. I know earlier this couple of days ago I was like, ugh. But
Yeah, I remember how you sounded a few days ago.
yeah. Ooh, would you look at that? They're gonna make me a key holder position at the building I'm living in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be good. That could be bad.
Yeah. I know.
Cathay 411, hello. Reset squawk 4134. 4134, Cathay 411. Cathay 411 identified, maintain flight level 370.
I'm not used to talking to Indonesia.
Roger. Control, Gotham 1012, flight 360. Gotham 1012, hello. Reset squawk 4125.
Hello.
Squawk 4125, Gotham 1012.
I was wondering if Center was going to come up with this test going on.
Is there a test going on right now?
Yeah, they're going to be, I think it's a tower test, if I remember right.
Okay.
So, or approach. I
Gotham
don't,
101.
the name just sounded so familiar, so I thought I'd make a run and see what they're like.
That's fair. That sounds like a good idea.
The only bad thing about flying down here, folks, is nothingness.
Pure nothingness. Wow, Bongo took some really nice pictures. Wow.
Like I said, folks, nothing but water.
Command Control, hello, this is Flight 6422 on Centennial, radio check. Flight 642, hello, JD555. Thank you, request clearance to the bow.
Hey, shampoo flyer.
Flight 642, yes, clear to the right.
That's good. You're right. This isn't Singapore to JFK. And I hate to really bust your bubble. I don't think that's an A350.
Yeah, you have your input from Spence.
I do.
Yeah.
Wonder what's causing that. Let's try this and see what happens.
Anytime.
Still hearing ATC?
Hold on.
Oh, they're not talking right now.
Oh.
Watch them fix that. I don't have to have that X-Pilot box up. Let me just make sure. Jeopardy. Oh boy. Do, 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 do,
Watch out, Mike. You might get doxxed on YouTube. Not doxxed, but you know what I mean.
Oh, I better figure out where my top of descent is.
Uh-oh, the cadet's awake.
Okay, according to this, quite a ways away. However, let's see. The UDONO 23,000. Ah, that could be.
Greetings.
Well, hello there, Shorty.
So, hey, Mike.
Hey, what?
Yeah, how's Beta 3?
Don't have
Yes,
it.
I
I've been
just
airborne
downloaded and
before.
updated.
Ah,
So I don't know. Duluth would be the one to know.
Yeah, I just am installing it now.
I'm curious about what they added for school in terms of schools.
That's what I'm saying. Like fly schools?
Or is it sailboats? Like learning to sailboat?
I don't know.
They like actual school buildings that they've added.
I don't know. We'll find out.
So,
Okay,
how are you
60.
guys this morning?
I'm not too bad. We're trying to get into Bali today. Let's see here. How far out, if it'll tell me. Top of descent 155. It's quite possible. I'm guesstimating 60 miles. Yeah, quite possible. Okay. But yeah, I have not. By the way, folks, those of you who are X-planers, we do have Beta 3 out now. I unfortunately came up and was setting up at 8 o'clock, so missed that one. So we'll see how that turns out for the next flight. Now, I haven't heard center in a while.
Well, are you connected to the network?
Of course.
Are you sure? And it
Yeah.
didn't disconnect you for some weird reason?
Nope. because I see myself on VATSIM, and let me just make sure. Yeah, tower. I'm going in for a tower test. 10 people on the ground here? Oh my gosh. A lot of people helping him out. So I thought I'd lend my hand to him. The real familiar name, and I'm just trying to place it. So, and I know we have several followers from this part of the world. So, it's always good to fly out here. I actually enjoy it. They sometimes have better English than the US.
Regent, good evening. Super Green 040 level 350 inbound. Language.
Do you all hear that?
Super Green 040, hello.
Say that one more. Wait, say that one more time.
4161.
You hear an ATC?
Score 4161.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Oh.
Super Green 040.
Yeah.
Dual input fixed. Okay. I guess I don't have to run with that now. I don't get it.
Super Green 040 identified. Maintain flight level 350.
Holy
Maintain level
buckets.
350. Super Green 040.
What'd you do?
No, look at Frankfurt.
It is Frankfurt Friday.
Oh my God.
And you chose to fly out of there.
No, I'm not actually.
All right, guys, I gotta get going though. I picked up an early shift today.
All right, take care, bud. Good luck. We're all counting on you. Maybe not, but we are.
Yeah, thanks.
Let Otto do the work.
Yeah, let out. Yeah, with that.
Oh, it's Fort Worth Friday on top. Oh, Lord.
Is it really?
That's what Shampoo said. It's Fort Worth Friday, too.
Well, they can kiss that goodbye.
I'm going to bounce out real quick before my top of descent. Okay, the good thing is I don't see...
Super Green 040, arrival clearance. Super Green 040, go ahead.
That'll be tonight. Okay.
We are clear to Balikpapan, Siljawan Bravo,
Okay, I know what I'm
expect
gonna
ILS
do.
runway
Let's
25.
Oh god, you know it's usually
Good Balikpapan, Siljawan Bravo, arrival,
You said Frankfurt?
ILS runway 25, Super Green 040.
Yeah, look at Frankfurt real quick.
Ujin.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
46 people?
Mm-hmm.
Holy I don't think I've ever seen that many online in one spot.
I know. Look at the
You're
crest.
looking at this evening before getting a clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they have several clearances working on duty to get clearances.
I don't know.
Holy Toledo.
Yeah.
It is Frankfurt Friday. Spy Flight's gonna have fun.
He can have that and more. Go for it, buddy.
He loves that.
But he
That's
does.
a little too much for me.
That's a little much, yeah.
I got 11 on the ground here wanting to get out of Bali. But that's because the tower guy is all he's got.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a delivery guy.
Mm.
But he should have a break right now to be able to get him cleared and start rolling out of there, because I don't see anyone else to mess things up just yet till I get there. Then I can mess it all up.
There you go.
Holy mackerel. We have approach. I better get these frequencies. 1193 and 181. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my round chart for parking in case they could go that much, folks. The heck does cargo park?
Over there.
Oh, there they are.
Right, I told you, we're over there.
So, Alpha or Bravo 12 or 11 through 14. Okay. ARFs.
Yeah.
Airport Fire Rescue. I'm sorry, Airport Rescue Firefighting, and I don't know what S would be.
Security, maybe? I don't know.
MD-11 flight soon? Ooh, shampoo. Nah, not yet. That'll be next week. I guarantee. That's all I can think service, but I've never seen it on a. Well, this is somewhere else too, so. Interesting. Let's see here. Alright, probably about UDONO. The first officer said she wants to fly.
Okay, we're all doomed. Here we go.
Here we
Well,
go,
you know,
folks.
she
Hide
might
under
be
your
wi-
desks. The first officer has the con. She goes, I have the con. Why can't I pull on that? Why can't I pull that big flight stick back? Or those throttles?
Hi, Lily. Hi, Lily.
I will. Ooh, I have buttons to push. Oh boy, she's getting crazy.
Oh, no.
Let me audit. Let me audit. What do you think? Hello there, little one. How are you?
Cathay 411, I have arrival clearance.
Cathay 411, go ahead.
Cathay 411, clear to
Give her
Morales
access
via
to the
Luma
Concorde.
1 Charlie.
Oh my god. Is that what
Fly-
Shampoo just said?
Yep.
Did
Do you
Shampoo
want to
just-
fly a
oh.
Concorde? What's a Concorde?
Clear by the Delma 1 Charlie approach,
Wow.
RNAV runway 9, Cathay 1411.
Ujung.
Roger, control, slot Malan, transfer 160, climbing, passing 340 to 370.
Prosper 160, hello, Richard.
Are you enjoying being in the cockpit?
4115, Prosper 160.
Request position startup.
Her little feet are just moving a mile a minute.
Oh gosh.
Worse than what a duck does on top of a pond.
Fly 6422 position startup proof.
Except you can see my feet.
Right.
Facing west 6422. Prosper 160 identified. Climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain 370, Prosper 160.
Singapore 948, when ready, descend flight level 250.
Oh, that's me. Singapore 948 heavy copies. When ready, down to flight level 250.
Hang on, I got
Cathay 411, when ready, descend flight level 250.
I said that. And Singapore 948 copies. When ready, we'll start our descent to flight level 250.
748, thank you. Break. Cathay 411, when ready, descend flight level 250.
When ready, we'll descend to flight level 250, Cathay 411.
June.
All right, 250 instead of 230. Okay, I think about 20 out of UDONO will drop. All right, where's this other aircraft? I thought I was it coming in. Oh, he's coming in from the north. Two of us descending at the same time. That'll give him a nice test. And to answer your original question there, Shampoo Flyer, baby steps to JFK. Little hop to Bali, then another little hop to here, then another little... the Hawker 125 way. Actually, I've got a couple more flights, the A3, well, at least one more with the A350. And this will be probably the longest I've done it. It'll be from Singapore over to Christchurch, setting up for the destination of the month. Queensland, New Zealand. That'll be fun. I don't think I've actually flown into that airport. Just making sure I'm not missing any altitude restrictions. Doesn't appear so. Okay, off Rampy, we'll begin setting up for descent. All right, folks, let's start that checklist to a point. Hang on, let's get back here. All right, so first off, let's set up our performance. All right, here in Bali. Hang on a second, let me save that chart. Okay, so here in Bali, we have a 9,800 43-foot long runway. Helps to click landing first. 9843. We'll go with 9,800. The airport sits above sea level, right above, and the heading will be 090. Okay. Slope here, if any. No slope. Okay, weather here. '27. And 1013, so that'll stay at 130 at 13, right? All right. If we go with medium brakes, folks, we'll have 800 feet to spare. I'm sorry, minimum setting. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Medium, about halfway, a little over half, oh no, about 3/4 of the way down. 6,800 feet, that looks good. So we'll get off at November 3 or November 2. Worst case, November 1, the end. So that's what we're going to set up for. All right, so the performance is in. VREF is 147. Wow. Let's call approach 15. Okay. Got our numbers.
7 Bapak Kilo Delta Oscar Kilo radio check.
Okay, for descent, anti-ice.
Cathay 411 direct Ninam.
Check Diman, Cathay 411.
Cathay 411, contact Bali Radar 119er decimal 3. Short flight capture next time.
119er decimal 3. We're gonna
119
start
decimal
down.
3, Cathay 411, have a good day.
Good day. Right for taxi, flight is 422. Traffic was calling, say again. It's for flight 6422. It's for flight 6422, taxi to holding point Alpha, correction, taxi to holding point Bravo, enter backtrack runway 12, KNH 1012. Point 1012, taxi to holding point runway 12, Bravo, 6422, thank you. Roger.
Okay, we got a little ways to go. And what I'll be doing.
Yung Bapak Kilo Delta Oscar Kilo request BFR to Lombo 5,000 feet. Gak mau balik sekalian. Oh iya bentar.
Okay, folks, we have begun our descent. We're going to kind of cap it here until we cross UDONO and then knock her down to 25.
Uji control Batik 6485, flight level passing 210 over from Bali radar.
Batik 6285 hello identified, climb 340.
5340 Batik 6485.
Ujung. Ujung Bapak Kilo Delta Oscar Kilo request VFR to Bali S5. Bapak Kilo Delta Oscar Kilo clear to Ngurah Rai 8,000 feet and below. Hand departure acceleration, right hand departure runway 23 squawk 1201. Clear to Bali departure runway. Confirm say again runway. Departure right hand pattern runway 23. Departure right hand pattern runway 23, 8,000 feet and below. Squawk 1201 Bapak Oscar Kilo. Ujung. Prosper 160, I have arrival clearance.
Ujung control, go ahead.
160 clear to Ngurah Rai, Kidul 1 Alpha, expect RNP09R.
Kidul 1 Alpha, expect RNP09R, Prosper 160.
160, read correct when ready, descend to 50.
Descend to 50 when ready, Prosper 160.
Ujung. Ready for departure is for flight 6422. Flight 642 runway 12 clear for takeoff, wind calm KNH 1012. Copy the winds 1012 clear for takeoff runway 12 6422, thank you. You're welcome. Good Good evening, Unjong Padang Control. This is Singapore 935 with you at flight level 210 for initial climb for 240.
Singapore 935 will identified climb flight level 400 direct Tafib.
Climb flight level 400 direct to Tafik. Singapore 935.
Ujung.
Ujung Pakodok request taxi.
Pakodok taxi holding point runway 23 report ready. Correction. Enter back track runway 23 report ready.
Enter back track runway 23 report ready, Pakodok.
Ujung.
Okay, auto brakes, switch. Okay, spoilers will not be armed yet.
Singapore 935 requesting out of cockpit for 2 minutes.
Entry 5 2 meter proof report when back.
FM Singapore 935.
Anytime.
Ujung Papa 301 with you, selamat malam. Currently we are level 200.
Okay, 13,000
inbound
transition.
3 miles.
Papa 701, hello, climb 300.
Continue climb 300, Papa 301.
Ujung selamat malam Aero 2 level 220 climbing 240.
Aero 2, selamat malam, continue climb 340.
Climb 340 Aero 2.
All right, folks, we're coming into 25,000, and what's our minimums for this runway?
Vista Fly 642 identified, climb flight level 380.
Continue climb flight level 380, Vista Fly 642.
Go.
Super Green 882, you are leaving my airspace. Level ATC available, monitor Unicom 122.8. Safe cap, see you next time.
122.8 Super Green 882, selamat malam.
1000 level off.
Malam. Super Green 040, when ready, descend flight level 130.
When ready, descend level 4, correction 130, Super Green 040.
Ujung.
Ujung Pakodok ready for departure.
Pakodok, runway 23, clear for takeoff, report right downwind, wind is 210 degrees 10 knots, QNH 1015.
Runway 23 clear for takeoff, report right downwind Papa Oscar Kilo.
Singapore 948, contact Bali radar 119er decimal 3, safe flight cap.
Over to approach, 119er decimal 3, Singapore 948 heavy, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, I love it. Oh, 119 tree. Yeah, we've held the music up, folks. It's gonna get crazy. Go crazy, go crazy. Bali approach, Singapore 948 heavies with you. Level, flight level 250.
Singapore 948 Bali radar, good evening. Descend flight level 140 via Star.
Via the Star down to 14,000, Singapore 948. Now I know what they're saying.
Bali radar, malam, this is MS 401 at level 5000 feet inbound to bawah. Emirates 401 Bali radar, selamat malam. Identified climb flight level 240 unrestricted. Turn left direct Bango. Climb to Bravo 240 unrestricted and direct to Bango. MS 401.
Okay, we're starting our initial approach in, folks. Now this is an RNAV approach. Give you a real quick look at it as we make the turn here. Okay, so this is the star, the UDONO 1 alpha. We'll come down to Estes Polig. Right in here is where we'll be at 14,000 by Ninum. Continuing on down to Carrillo. And then Kuta, which is the initial for the approach. So,
maintain on navigation to Surabratan, report
that point,
Surabratan.
Kuta at 3,000 will follow in. It's basically going to be our descent. So, but we'll do the best we can here, folks. There is no ILS this stretch. Okay.
712, track direct Noski.
Hey, who put that big mountain in front of us? Yeah, welcome to Indonesia, folks.
Indonesia 842, identified, climb flight level 240, unrestricted. Track direct, disregard, climb flight level 240, unrestricted.
240, unrestricted, J42.
Whole bunch of islands here make up Indonesia, so always interesting flying down here. But welcome in, folks. Thanks for being a part of Flying with Mike. We sure appreciate it. Weather down in Bali, 130 on the winds at 13, and a
411 Bali.
scattered layer 1,600 feet.
411, go ahead. 411, say indicated airspeed. 295 knots, Cathay 411. Cathay 411, confirm 28 knots. 28 knots, 280 knots, Cathay 411. Cathay 411, confirm 280 knots. 280 knots, Cathay 411. Cathay 411, thank you. Amorites 401, track direct Nusna.
Direct to Nusna, MS 401.
Indonesia 842, turn left direct Bango.
Left direct Bango, NJ 842.
Okay, 13,000 is transition.
Singapore 948, say indicated airspeed.
Singapore 948, we're slowing to 280. Kind of figured you were going to want us there.
Singapore 948, reduce speed to south 250 knots.
Roger, we'll slow to 250, Singapore 948.
Thank you.
Speed brakes. Go speed
Bali
racer.
radar, sebagian 555, Okan 1 for departure, passing altitude 300 feet to flight level 360. Super green 555, Bali radar identified, climb flight level 240, unrestricted.
Okay, folks, we're slowing. I'm gonna go ahead.
Super green 555, unidentified, climb flight level 240,
Okay, we're at the Q&H.
Flight climb 240, sebagai 555. Unrestricted confirm. Line inter 712, contact ujung pandang 128.1.
28.1, lantas pilot, thank you, day.
Good day.
Okay, getting
Indonesia 842, direct Nusna.
Direct Close now and should report you.
I have no idea what that is.
Super Green 555, left direct Bango. Flight direct Bango, Super Green 555.
All right, we're at 250, so we're going to pull off the speed brake. And a heading on our runway, just so I have it, 087.
Bali, order this Batik 759. Selamat malam, passing 2000. Batik 7159, selamat malam, Bali, radar identified. Climb flight level 240 unrestricted. Climb flight level 240 unrestricted, Batik 759.
Did I just see lightning? I was going to say, this could get fun. All right, what I've set up here, folks, the runway is the course CDI here. I just keep my heading close to what we're doing in case there's an issue. All right, he should start us down a little closer to Ninam, and then we'll...
Amorites 401, Ujung Pandang, 128.1.
Kontak Ujung Pandang 128.1, malam.
Malam. Pattaya 411, descent altitude 10,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Descent to 100, QNH 1013, Cathay 411.
Singapore 948, descent flight level, correction, descent altitude 11,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Down to 11,000, QNH 1013, Singapore 948. 11,000.
Super Green 555, direct Bipok. Super Green 555,
Always
direct
make sure your altitude select
Batik
is
7159,
set.
direct Bango. Direct Bango, Batik 759.
I have no idea where this bungo is.
Bali radar, selamat malam, Brunei 35, airborne 1500, Nuski 1 Alpha. Brunei 35, Bali radar, selamat malam, identified, climb flight level 240, unrestricted. Climb level 240, unrestricted, Brunei 35. Cathay 411, maintain speed 270 knots.
Maintain speed 270 knots, Cathay 411.
Cathay 411, descent altitude 6,000 feet.
Send down to 6,000, Cathay 411.
Singapore 948, turn right, heading 180 degrees.
What was the heading one more time for Singapore?
Singapore 948, right heading 180.
180, right turn, Singapore 948.
Bali radar, Papa 815 Yankee, overhead, Surabratan.
Papa 5 Yankee, thank you. Maintain on navigation to Negara, report Negara.
Maintain on navigation to Negara, will report overhead, Negara, Papa 5 Yankee.
Bali. Singapore 948, resume normal speed.
Singapore 948 can resume normal speed.
Cathay 411, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speeds, Cathay 411.
Indonesia 842, ujung pandang 128.1.
Sweet plus 1, ujung pandang NJ pursue.
Super Green 555, track direct Okang.
Direct Okang, Super Game 555.
Batik 7159er, direct Agulo.
Direct Gulu, Batik 759er.
Brunei 35, direct Bango.
Direct Bango for Brunei 35. Bango Bango.
Cathay 411%, altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1013.
Sub 3000, QNH 1013, Cathay 411.
Singapore 948%, 5000, QNH 1013.
Down to 5,000, Singapore 948.
Super Green 555, ujung pandang 128.1.
Contact ujung pandang 128.1, Super Game 555. Thank you, Mas.
Sama-sama. Batik 7159er, track direct Nuski.
Direct Nuski, Batik 759er.
Approach checklist, please.
Seatbelt and shoulder harness.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
Hold on. On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Cathay 411, clear RRT approach runway 09er,
Medium.
report
Radio,
established
INS
final
switches.
course.
Radio.
Flight director computer
Clear the
selectors.
runway 9
Check.
approach,
Brake pressure.
Cathay 411.
Check.
Report
Spoilers.
established final course.
Will report established final course, Cathay 411.
Thank you.
Armed.
Singapore 948%, altitude 4000.
1013. Set and cross check.
Landing
Singapore
data, EPR, and
948
airspeed
out
left.
of 8,600 for
Seatbelt and
4,000.
shoulder harness.
Thank
Check.
you.
Fuel panel. Check. Fuel heat. Let's see.
Brunei 35, direct Bipok.
Direct Bipok, Brunei 35.
Off. EPR computer. Wait. Go around. Cabin altitude. Check. Circuit breakers.
Singapore
Check.
948, turn left heading
Approach checklist completed.
150.
Left turn 150, Singapore 948. All right, folks, we are being, I know, very quiet. I am watching my chat, but we're setting up for the approach right now.
Singapore 948, direct Kuta, descent 3000, level by Kuta, QNH 1013.
Direct Kuta, Singapore 948.
Singapore 948, Bali.
Singapore, we're direct Kuta for 4,000.
Singapore 948 negative. Direct Kuta. Descent altitude 3,000 feet. Level by Kuta. QNH 1013.
Okay, we'll be level at 3,000 Kuta, and we are direct.
Thank you. Batik 7159er, ujung pandang 128.1, good day.
Ujung pandang 128.1, Batik 7159, thank you Bang Johan.
Sama-sama. Brunei 35, direct Nuski.
Direct Nuski for Brunei 35.
Singapore 948, clear anti-approach runway 09er, call establish final course.
We'll call establish final course cleared for the approach runway 9. Singapore 948.
Level off.
Kuta. Down to 25 afterwards.
Flaps 5.
Cathay 411, confirm established.
Cathay 411 established, final course 091.
Cathay 411, thank you. Contact tower 118.1, good day.
118.1, Cathay 411, have a good day.
Good day.
Bali radar, selamat malam, Prosper 160, level 160.
Prosper 160, Bali radar, selamat malam. Identified, track direct low speed, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Direct low speed, descent 5,000, QNH 1013, Prosper 160.
Flaps 10.
Bali radar, Papa Kilo Foxtrot Yankee, overhead, negara.
Papa Kilo Foxtrot 5 Yankee, thank you. Maintain on navigation to Gilimanuk, report over Gilimanuk.
Will report over Gilimanuk, Papa Kilo Foxtrot 5 Yankee.
Indonesia 35, contact ujung pandang 128.1, good day. Brunei 35, ujung pandang 128.1.
128.1, jalan-jalan ke pasar beli ikan lohan. I love you Mas Johan, terima kasih.
Hati-hati di udara, sampai jumpa dari saya, bye-bye.
Hai.
Hai. Prosper 160, direct Kuta, descent altitude 3,000 feet.
Direct Kuta, descent 3,000, Prosper 160.
Bali.
And approach Singapore 948 has the runway in sight.
Singapore 948, confirm established final course.
We're on the Kuta to Delta Delta 403 portion, and we have the runway.
Roger that, Singapore 948, contact the tower 118.1, good day.
Over to tower 118.1, Singapore 948, thanks. Tower Singapore 948 with you, coming up on Delta Delta 403 on the RNAV 49.
Singapore 948, roger, continue approach runway 09.
Continue approach runway 09, Singapore 948.
Cathay 411, welcome to Bali. Make it left November 2, taxi November Papa, stand Alpha 23.
Taxi November Papa, stand Alpha 23, Cathay 411.
Runway fully in sight now. Delta.
Gear down. Flaps 20. Gears down, green light.
Indonesia 501, confirm ready for taxi. Indonesia 501, roger, taxi to holding point November 7, runway 09, via November Papa. QNH 1013. Support 948, surface wind 140 degrees, 14 knots, QNH 1013, runway 09, cleared to land.
Singapore 948 heavies, cleared to land, runway 9.
Green 445, request taxi.
Green 445, taxi to holding point November 7, runway 09, via November Papa 7, QNH 1013.
Taxi holding point November 7, runway 09, via November Papa 7, QNH 1013, Green 445.
Flaps 30.
Indonesia 501, are you taxiing?
Landing checklist.
Gear.
Down and check.
Down and check. Flaps.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30. Ignition.
Indonesia 501, Murah Tower.
Anti-skid.
201,
Check.
Altimeters.
little bit problem.
1013. Set and cross-check. Landing checklist completed.
One 1,000.
Tower, Batavia 4520 at stand Alpha 32. We have 101 POB and we are ready for push and start.
Batavia 5520, stand by for push. Number 1.
500.
Stand by for push for 5520.
Approaching minimums.
Okay,
Minimum.
cleared to land, flaps full, brakes set.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Auto brake off. Check reverse.
Singapore 948, welcome to Bali. Figure left when able. Hold short November Papa.
Left when able, hold short of November Papa.
60 knots.
Super Green 445, holding point November 7.
Super Green 445, line up and wait runway 09.
And up and wait runway 09, Super Green 445.
Spoilers weren't armed, folks, that's why.
Batavia 5520, push start proof facing west.
Roger, mission start is proof facing to the west for Batavia 5520.
Singapore 948, continue taxi November Papa. Correction, continue taxi left November Papa, stand Alpha 19er for you today. Singapore 948, do you copy?
Tower Singapore 948's off at November 2, holding November Papa.
Singapore 948, roger, continue taxi left on November Papa and then stand Alpha 19er.
Stand Alpha 19er, left turn here, and Singapore 948. Alpha.
Roger. Super Green 445, surface wind 140 degrees, 14 knots, KNH 1013, runway 09 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09, Super Green 445.
Super Green 445, contact Bali radar 119.3.
Bali radar 119.3, Super Green 445. Terima kasih, selamat malam.
Selamat malam.
Bali Tower, selamat malam, Prosper 160, fully established 09.
Prosper 160, roger, surface wind 140 degrees, 14 knots, KNH 1013, runway 09 clear to land.
Finish copied, KNH 1013, clear to land, Prosper 160. Indonesia 501, ready for depart.
Indonesia 501, standby, hold short November 7 due to traffic arriving.
Hold short November 750. Swan Tower, Batavia 5520, we are ready to taxi.
Batavia 5520, Roger, taxi holding for November 7, runway 09, Van November Papa 7, QNH 1013.
Taxi holding for November 7, runway 09, or 5 November Papa 7, NP, local QNH 1, Batavia 5520.
After landing checklist.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Body gear steering.
Arm.
Auto brakes.
Off.
Ignition.
Damn. Off.
Engine and wing anti-ice.
Off.
Radar and transponder.
Standby.
Flaps.
Up.
Spoilers.
Down.
Stabilizer trim.
Hold on. Seven units.
Outflow valves. Open. Pressurization mode selector. Manual. Aft cargo heat. Off. APU. Check. Checklist completed.
Cockpit to ground. Put the chocks on.
Chocks are on.
All right, secure cockpit checklist.
Brakes.
Hold on.
Beacon lights.
Off.
INS.
Align.
Probe and window heat.
Damn. Off.
Pack valves. Check. Fuel boost pumps. Wait.
Indonesia 501, line up and wait, runway 09.
Off. Reserve tank valves. Wait. Closed. Hydraulic panel. Wait. Check. Oxygen. Check. Flight recorder.
Prosper 160, welcome to
Emergency
Bali.
lights.
Turn left, November
Off.
3, vacate November
Radar.
3, left November Papa,
Off.
stand Alpha
INS.
32.
Off. Radio switches. Let's see.
November 3,
Checklist
November
completed.
Papa Alpha 32.
All right, folks.
Prosper 160.
You did a great job. They all did. I may have messed up a little bit. We had a hard time getting her to settle on the ground. I thought we were starting to have that problem we had several months ago in Sydney, where it didn't want to come off the auto throttle. But no, it just was too fast, is what I think. All right, so welcome
Indonesia
to
501,
Bali.
surface wind 140 degrees 14 knots, QNH 1013, runway 09, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 501.
All right, we're going to go ahead, come offline so we're not a headache to some of these people here. We're already a big enough headache. No. All right, folks, but we've made it. Hallelujah. Hang on a second, unload, and get rid of. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was fun. Singapore over to here, new types of ATC and all. Hope y'all enjoyed. We are going to take a look at this. First, we do have to have fun. It's not one of the airports, folks. Yeah, you normally don't see this. Although it's possible at some of the UPS terminals and FedEx where they actually do have a loader kind of either drive out between the plane and the building to offload. Kind of had that idea back in the early 90s. Glad somebody was listening to me. Wish they'd have gave me credit. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, no, I'm not. But anyway, but anyway, folks, this was fun, I must say. All right, let's take a look at the numbers on this here real quick. Bad landing. Holy crap. Really? How the heck did I land that hard? That sure as heck did not feel like that, folks. This will... Huh. All right, well, we're going to definitely review this one. Holy mackerel. 1100, glad I wasn't on with Mac Air. Holy Mac, and a G? Something's not right here, folks. Yeah, something, wow. Okay, yeah, not 100% sure what all that was about. If you didn't see it here, I'll show it again. Other than the fact we were just under 2,500 feet down the runway, I am not seeing this, so hopefully we'll get a replay on it. Wow, that's all I gotta say. Huh. All of which did not seem like 1,100 feet a minute. Well, at least the spoilers finally kicked in. I kind of figured I was kind of wiggly like that. Not really sure. Oh. I have no idea how it got that number, but it did, and it is what it is. So let's watch it from one of the wing views. Hmm. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, hit the button too quick. Oh, I forgot. We don't have that. Other than I can say, folks, is we actually landed fast, but by the time all the wheels got on the ground, it had recorded us pretty bad. Okay, I don't really know. It is what it is, and really not a whole lot we can do about it. Other than it's just one of those kind of landings. All right, we'll look at it from the tower. Hopefully that perspective will be better. That is bizarre. That is probably the worst I've seen. Well, it was what it was, folks. Well, welcome to Bali. I hope you all had a great time. We're going to shut the stream down here, get things reset up for our next flight. Head over to our Discord channel, folks. We'll give you a heads up where we're going next. But for now, I need a break, and we will be back shortly with flight number 2. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike, and thank you, Duluth Fly, for the moderation. Hope you all have a great day. God bless you all. We'll see you within the next hour or so.
Cockpit to ground. Put the chocks on.
Oh, what a bummer.